Alright guys, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be solving another equation where we have the x root of 36 plus the x root of 24 is equal to the x root of 16, and we have to solve this equation for x. So looking at this, we'll see that we have the x root on each of these terms. So let's start by dividing each side of the equation by the x root of 16. That way on the right side of the equation we can get 1, and we can go from there. So from the first one we get the x root of 36 over the x root of 16, plus we have the x root of 24 over the x root of 16, and on the right side we have the x root of 16 over the x root of 16. So now we can simplify this equation. So on the right side, as I mentioned, we can cancel these two, so we get 1, which is already easier on the right side of the equation. Let's go to the left, and we know when we have the x root of a over the x root of b, this will be equal to the x root of a over b, which is the case in here. So each of these can be written using this one. So from the first one we have the x root of 36 over 16. In the second one we have the x root of 24 over 16, and on the right side we have 1. So looking at this, we can see that each of these ratios can be simplified even more. For example, in here, instead of 36, we can write it down as 4 times 9, and for 16 we can do 4 times 4, plus here we have the x root of, if we do for 24 3 times 8, and for 16 2 times 8, we can see that this can be simplified even more. So from the first one we can cancel out 4, and second one we can cancel out 8. So basically we have the x root of 9 over 4 plus the x root of 3 over 2 is equal to 1. Okay, now we know if we multiply 3 over 2 by 3 over 2, we get 9 over 4, which is what we have in here. So basically, under the square root, we have 3 over 2 to the power of 2 plus 3 over 2 to the power of x is equal to 1. And we know when we have the x root of a to the b, this will be equal to a to the power of b over x. And here from the first one we have 3 over 2 to the power of 2 over x plus 3 over 2 to the power of 1 over x. This will be equal to 1. From the laws of the exponent, when we have a to the b to the c, so basically we can switch these two. It will be same as a to the c to the b, and both of them are equal to a to the b times c. So now we have b times c 2 over x, which is 2 times 1 over x. And if we want to write it down in another way, we can write it down as 3 over 2 to the power of 1 over x, all to the power of 2, and we have 3 over 2 to the power of 1 over x is equal to 1. So these two are basically our b and c, and if we multiply them, we're going to get what we have in here. So now we are seeing similar terms in here. So basically we have these two that are the same. So let's just call 3 over 2 to the power of 1 over x y, and let's see how we can get from this. So if we do that, basically we have y squared plus, this is a plus sign in here, plus y is equal to 1. So let's just bring 1 on the left side of the equation. So our equation will turn into y squared plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we have a quadratic equation where our a is 1, our b is 1, and our c is minus 1. Let's just find the roots in here. So minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. So we have minus 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 times 1 times minus 1 over 2. So here we can get two answers. One of them is minus 1 plus we have 1 plus 4, which will be 5, the square root of 5 divided by 2, and the second one would be minus 1 minus square root of 5 over 2. So we ended up with two answers. But what we call y, don't forget that was our y was basically 3 over 2 to the power of 1 over x, and we know for a fact that this is greater than 0. So whatever value that we get that is negative, it won't be acceptable. And if we look at this one, we'll see this is negative. So no answer from here. But we can get something from the first one because we know the square root of 5 is 2 point something, so it's definitely greater than the square root of 4. So more than 2, and whatever we have more than 1 is going to make this ratio positive, so we definitely have a positive number. And let's see where we can go from there. So we have 3 over 2 to the power 1 over x is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. And now we have our x in the exponent. The common way to go with this kind of question is by going to do the log on each side of the equation. We know when we have the log of a over b, this b always logs to go in the back, so it will be b times log of a. So here, if we do the log on each side, we have the log of 3 over 2 to the 1x is equal to the log of minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. So the 1x can go in the back, so we have 1 over x times log of 3/2 is equal to log of minus 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. So we can multiply this by x. So if we do that, we get the log of 3/2 is equal to x log of minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. And now we can divide each side by the log of minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2. So our x would be basically log of 3/2 over the log of minus 1 plus square root of 5 divided by 2. And from the laws of the logarithm, when we have the log of a over log of b, this will be equal to log base b of a. So basically our x in here would be the log base minus 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 of 3/2, which would be the final answer for this question. So yeah, very interesting question. Let me know if you guys have any questions regarding this one, or let me know if you have any better solution to solve this. Feel free to drop it in the comment. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.